morning, this is Bob Mason from FX Empire and welcome to the daily crypto tech review. We'll be looking at Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin and Ripple's XRP. Be looking at the MACDs, the moving averages and the day support, resistance and pivot levels. It is Friday the 25th of September. Jumping straight into Bitcoin against the US dollar, we're looking at the hourly candlesticks. Slightly mixed start to the day here for Bitcoin. Going to need to see Bitcoin fall through the pivot at 10,606 to support a run at the first major resistance level. This is at 10,990. Going to need to see broad-based crypto rally on the day for Bitcoin to break out from yesterday's high 10,842, however. So barring an extended rally on the day, expect resistance at 11,000 to pin Bitcoin back. Fall through the pivot will bring the first major support level sitting at 10,370 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, however, should see Bitcoin avoid sub 10,500s. Looking at the MACD, we're seeing a slight narrowing of the bullish histograms, suggestive of a pullback through the early part of the day. Looking at the EMAs, however, we're seeing the 50 narrow the gap on the 100 and the 200, suggestive of further upside after yesterday's rally. So key through the morning, avoid sub 10,700s and that pivot level at 10,606, and move back through to 10,800s and yesterday's high should support a run at 11,000s on the day. Moving across to Ethereum against the US dollar, slightly positive start to the day. Going to need to see Ethereum avoid a fall through the pivot at 341.89 to bring the first major resistance level at 360.39 into play. Again, going to need to see broad-based crypto rally for Ethereum to break out from yesterday's high. It was a 353.14. So, barring a broad-based crypto rally on the day, expect that first major resistance level to pin Ethereum back. In the event of a breakout, got 38.2% fib at 367, and the second major resistance level at 371.65. That should limit any upside. Fall through the pivot will bring the first major support level to 330.63 into play. Should see Ethereum stay well clear of sub 300s. Second major support level sits at 312.13. Looking at the MACD, we're seeing a marked narrowing of the bullish histograms and a possible bearish crossover there. Looking at the EMAs, however, we are seeing the 50 narrow on the 100 and the 200. So through the early part of the day, avoid the pivot at 341.89 and sub 340s. Move back through to 350s, then target 360 and 38.2% fib. Moving across to Litecoin against the US dollar, slightly positive start to the day. Going to need to see Litecoin avoid the pivot at 44.26 to support a run at the first major resistance level. It sits at 45.92. Going to need to see broad-based crypto rally for Litecoin to break out from yesterday's high that was at 45.23. So barring an extended rally on the day, expect that first major resistance level to cap any upside. In the event of breakout, got the second major resistance level that sits at 46.9 to cap any upside on the day. Fall through the pivot, bring the first major support level sitting at 43.28 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Litecoin should avoid sub 43s. Second major support level sits at 41.62. Looking at the MACD, we've got a possible bearish cross there, suggestive of a pullback through the morning. Looking at the EMAs, we're seeing the 50 flatten out as well. So some caution needed this morning. Litecoin will need to avoid that pivot at 44.26, fall through that and expect that first major support level and sub 43s to come into play. Moving across to Ripple's XRP against the US dollar, range bound start to the morning here. Going to need to see Ripple's XRP avoid a fall through the pivot at 0.2291 to bring the first major resistance level at 0.2389 into play. Going to need to see broad-based crypto rally for Ripple's XRP to break out from yesterday's high 0.2350, however. So barring a broad-based crypto rally, expect that first major resistance level and resistance at 0.24 to cap any upside. Fall through the pivot would bring the first major support level sitting at 0.2231 into play. Barring an extended sell-off, Ripple's XRP should avoid sub 0.22s. Second major support level sits at 0.2133. Looking at the MACD, we're seeing a slight narrowing of the bullish histograms through the morning, suggestive of a pullback. And looking at the EMA, however, it has narrowed on the 100 and the 200, but nothing conclusive. So avoiding sub 0.23s and that pivot level, and a move through to 0.235s to then target that first major resistance level will be key to avoid a pullback on the day.